Every day, members of Pinellas County's Emergency Medical Services team perform life-saving acts. In 2024, we honor 3 remarkable individuals who have been named Emergency Medical Services Professionals of the Year. Seth Cromer's superior clinical skills and calm demeanor during emotionally charged events make him Paramedic of the Year. In 2022, Seth and his team were first to arrive on scene of a major accident that left one driver trapped inside an overturned car.
For about 45 minutes, I was upside down in a car with a patient that was entrapped in the vehicle, and I had to be that person to not only talk to them and let them know everything was going to be okay, but also administer life-saving procedures and take that pain away for the time being while we awaited extrication to get there.
Thanks to Seth's calming presence, the driver was rescued with only minor injuries.
I heard from the hospital staff that he made it out and was going to be okay, and he had minor injuries. And the family thanked me immensely on scene before we left for the hospital and came up to me and gave me a big hug and told me thank you for being that person to respond to this emergency.
Seth credits his experience as a tactical paramedic for making him a better leader.
SWAT has tested me mentally, physically, emotionally, and it has made me a better man, a better father, a better paramedic, and the skills that I bring from SWAT back to the fireside just makes me a better paramedic for my community.
Seth invites anyone who wants to make a difference to join him and his team in one of the most vital roles in the county.
The most rewarding aspects of being a fire medic, I believe, are being that person in a time of need when seconds really do matter. This is a very stressful job at times, and being able to stay calm, cool, and collective while performing life-saving skills is very important.
Donald Tripp Staley's positive attitude and willingness to go above and beyond for every patient make him Emergency Medical Technician of the Year.
Every patient contact, we need to have empathy. We need to be focused on what we're doing and diligent with our patient care.
Recently, Tripp worked with his crew to treat a patient experiencing a severe flare-up of a disease that blocks airflow to the lungs.
Everybody was communicating, talking through the entire call. Everybody had certain responsibilities, and eventually it was a positive outcome on the back end as we kept checking in with the hospital. It made me feel pretty proud of what we were doing just as a crew, and that all of the learning that we've put together throughout the years between all the experience that we had for the crew that was on scene was going to pay off for that patient in a positive way.
Tripp's family inspired him to change careers and become an EMT.
I was a teacher first, public school teacher in Maryland. My dad was a career firefighter for 30 years in Montgomery County. With everything that was going on with COVID, I wanted to do something different to give back to the community outside of just being a teacher. And it just felt like a natural transition to go into the fire and EMS world. My family motivates me. I have family that live in the northern part of the county, and I want the best possible provider to show up to an emergency if they have an emergency. And I expect that for all the providers and myself. If a stranger calls 911, they want the best possible provider to show up to their front door.
Haley Bean's commitment to her colleagues' success and well-being makes her Emergency Medical Dispatcher of the Year. From the day she first set foot in the county's regional 911 center in January 2016, Haley has shown initiative by leading programs that improve morale and educate the community.
I head multiple committees, I volunteer for multiple projects, and I always am making sure my call takers are the best versions of themselves.
Haley's compassion to help others extends to the county's furry residents too.
I currently run the See the Pet program for our mental health committee, where we bring animal services in and the call takers can take breaks from high activity to go down and see the dogs and cats of animal services. I think it gives our call takers a good chance to step away from the comm center, and it's also great for animal services. The dogs get to take a break away from the shelter, and it's probably the highlight of their day.
In 2022, Haley's resourcefulness helped a man find his way out of the largest preserve in the county.
A couple years ago, I took a call for a man lost in Brooker Creek. He strayed too far from the trail and got lost. I took the call and used his GPS signal to track him. I guided him towards the trail and back towards safety. After we had the helicopter sent out, we had 2 deputies on ATV make contact with him and were able to rescue him. Being able to use those resources to help him made me feel like it was a huge success.
The Pinellas County Board of County Commissioners congratulates Seth Cromer, Tripp Staley, and Haley Bean, the 2024 EMS Professionals of the Year. Your commitment makes a profound difference with every call for help. And on behalf of the county, thank you to all of our emergency professionals for your service.